Retail wrap number 13. Unlucky for some, but definitely not for Roger. 13's his lucky number. So here we are at Collingwood. It's actually going to be one of the first solely Drake stores opening very soon in September. We're looking forward to this, so we get a chance to actually get into the store before it actually opens. Hence why you see us in an aisle with no customers. It's not a quiet day. Let's get straight into it. Whew. Well, it seems like after retail wrap number 11, the world is listening. Recently, a judge in New Hampshire has ordered Amazon to hand over the listening that they've got for a murder case in the US. Amazon under big amounts of pressure to rein in their privacy policies. Let's just say they're trying to do their best. And Amazon, when they originally said that they had no one listening to data through Alexa, they actually had 1,300 people listening to data because they claimed that humans listening to data was far more beneficial than a robot. Makes you wonder, what are they actually listening for? Apple has announced a new feature in its iOS 13 that will not run VoIP in the background while your apps are not being used. This has caused major issues with things like Facebook and WhatsApp, and you can tell there's a bit of rivalry between Apple and Facebook as well. These apps will need to be rewritten to be able to be played on the iPhone or the iPad or any other device that Apple's producing. Amazon has changed the settings in the Alexa app, which is allowing users to opt out of voice recordings so they don't get reviewed by Amazon Alexa staff. And the policy change is in addition to Alexa delete what I said today command, which was brought out earlier this year. So now you actually have to say to Alexa, don't listen to me today, it can now be deleted. We'll just have to see if this follows through for Android users and if other tech companies follow suit. I do say from Apple, it's a very good idea and a good incentive that they are trying to introduce this, but are they introducing this for the right reasons? The iOS 13 update seems like a fantastic idea, and I'm 100% supportive of it. Just Eat and its Australian subsidiary Menulog has reported a 29% increase in revenue for the first half of 2019, owing much of its success to the rollout of its own delivery system. There are three main online food delivery firms out there in Australia: Uber Eats, which is backed by Uber, Menulog, which is backed by Just Eat, and Deliveroo, which is backed by Amazon. There's that name again. Last year, Foodora left the Australian market following a decision by its global parent company to focus on other markets. Was this a smart choice for them, or did they just jump ship too early? The online delivery market is huge and is forecasted to grow even stronger. The market in Australia is forecasted to go from $2 billion in 2019 to $4.2 billion in 2025. There have been some big moves recently, and a company in Amsterdam, which is best known as Takeaway.com, has bought Just Eat for a reported $14.5 billion to create the world's largest food delivery platform outside of China. This is the race to rule the $144.9 billion market in food delivery. And Deliveroo have taken steps again by showing that they've got a monthly subscription of $18.99, which is giving unlimited delivery. So you're telling me I can get 100 deliveries a week? Sign us up. How do we get them to deliver our stuff? And they also supply exclusive member benefits. And they've also opened their first dark store in an effort to control all of it. Are consumer trends actually going to change moving forward? I think not. The reality is people are becoming very accustomed to picking up their phone and deciding where they want to eat. And let's face it, who hasn't used some food delivery platform in the past? I think we all have. What's for dinner tonight? And a recent poll by MarketWatch has said that 1/3 of drivers are actually tasting their food before you get it. Where's my fries? So we're going to have a little bit of a deep dive into 7-Eleven's latest campaign, which is using a bit of environmental things flowing it in with a bit of free stuff and a highly addictive coffee. What could possibly go wrong? 7-Eleven are giving away free cups of coffee for 28 days. In a push to reduce the number of single-use coffee cups that end up in landfill, the retailer is offering free coffee to every customer that brings in their reusable cup. The premise is that it takes 21 days to change a habit. So by rewarding the customers who bring in their reusable cups of free coffee, they're seeking to change consumer behaviour and save the environment all at the same time. But is 21 days enough time to change a habit? In the 1950s, a plastic surgeon by the name of Dr. Maxwell Maltz published a book on his observations, the recovery of his patients. Maltz observed that it took his patients approximately 21 days before they could get used to recognising their face after having a nose job. Oh yeah, still got it. Maltz said these and many other commonly observed tend to show that it requires a minimum of about 21 days for an old mental image to dissolve and a new one to gel. Fast forward 60 years and the word minimum has seemed to drop out, and thus the myth of the 21-day habit was born. Proper studies were conducted by psychology researchers at University College London to investigate the process of habit formation in everyday life. Volunteers chose eating, drinking, or activity behaviour to carry out daily in the same context for 12 weeks. Researchers uncovered the average was actually 66 days, not 21. We all know how hard it is to try and break a habit. We had dry July just recently, and I lasted 3 days. It's not just the repetitive behaviour required, but also contextual cues as well as motivation to break or gain a habit. While this is a good initiative from 7-Eleven to bring in your reusable cup, obviously this helps with the environment and getting landfill down, which we're all working well on, and I do give 7-Eleven credit for that. It takes longer than 21 days to break a habit. So was giving away free coffee for 21 days that idea to try and keep the customers coming in for good? Well, there was a bit of a coffee war going on the eastern seaboards. It started at $3, went to $2, and then $1, and then I think Coles was stupid enough to go at 80 cents. And it's interesting that 7-Eleven haven't followed down that rabbit trap and have held firm on their dollar coffee. So there you have it, coffee's getting cheaper. And everyone wants to know how you can change consumer habits to keep them coming back into your store. So how do you actually change the psyche of the consumer? It's not at 21 days, it's more like 66 days to change someone's habit. Getting your consumers to continually come back into your store daily is the key. Team Marmite, Team Vegemite. Which one are you? If you follow the cricket, you'll notice that the English actually were handing out samples of Marmite to all the punters there. Vegemite were not happy little Vegemites. They hit out and took to the UK papers with a full-page ad. Marmite then took a low blow and responded with their own full-page ad. Was this quick thinking on marketers, or was this actually staged? Either way, very well played. Yeah! So you have to ask yourself, are you a Marmite person or a Vegemite person? And some people say, like, you can't eat Vegemite. That's not true. You can eat Vegemite, and it tastes so good. Oh, there you have it, retail wrap number 13. Thanks for all the comments that you've had and for watching all the vids. So make sure that you share and also get everyone else to watch it, because the more you watch it, the more we're going to do. I had a lot of fun doing this, and make sure you leave your comments down below, somewhere down there. And we do answer anything. We're on YouTube and I'm on Instagram in a very small way. So if you want to follow that, feel free to do so. No, I definitely don't need one, trust me. I'll have a purple one. Fast forward 60 years and Maltz is dead. Proper studies were conducted by psychological researchers. So nice try, 7-Eleven. I think you need to hire Dr. Maltz. So good. Like, Can we do that take again, please? Well, I'll be honest, I usually have it with crumpets and toast. I usually have this with crumpets and toast and a bit of butter, but